the reality is, I don't think St. Lucia is suffering from food shortages.
Food insecurity and shortage concerns are rising as countries impose lockdowns to curb the spike in infections. Some have argued that St. Lucia should consider growing its own food and decrease the island's high importation bill. Agriculture Minister Ezechiel Joseph says the island needs to determine what it can and cannot grow locally based on imports before that can happen.
We have to do the analysis in a very scientific way and to understand what is it that we are importing that is creating that high food import bill. There are certain things we just cannot grow in St. Lucia. And that is why the ministry, in a strategic way, decided to go with the 7 crop program. Because when you look at the importation of the products coming to St. Lucia, we saw that there were a number of crops that we could grow locally on a sustainable basis, providing the support to our farmers. And the 7 crop program, which is in its final year now, has shown us that we can do it and reduce what we have control over.
Some have also suggested that government move away from tourism and place more emphasis on the agriculture sector. But Joseph says St. Lucia needs a vibrant tourism industry to provide a reliable market for farmers.
The local market, the domestic market, is a small market, right? Especially now with COVID, you have a number of persons going into backyard gardening. So which means the legal space we have as far as local utilizing our products is even more dwindling because a number of persons doing their own backyard. So when I'm hearing that we should forget about the tourism industry and concentrate on feeding ourselves, we are feeding ourselves. The challenge might be now for us, affordability and not availability. And that is the issue. The issue might be affordability because a number of persons now have lost their job because of the COVID situation. So the question is, do they have the resources to be able to buy food the way they used to do before the COVID situation?
The Agriculture Minister adds that without dependable markets, it is difficult for farmers to register profits.
The COVID situation has not helped our farmers, our stakeholders. It has created more problems because market is one of the major link in the agricultural sector. Without a reliable market, you're dealing with a very highly perishable item, and without a reliable market, 2 things: either farmers will have a lot of spoilage, or they would have to sell under cost of production, and that's not a good business. That's not good business to be selling below your cost of production.
Joseph says job losses and the cultivation of home gardens have also affected the purchase of fruits and vegetables grown by farmers. Colby DeVoe, HDS News Force.